I'm Hunter Massey, and I'm running for Canton FFA chapter officer position. There are endless reasons that I would like to obtain this goal of representing my chapter in the interest of everyone involved in it. I have a passion for agriculture and strive to share it with my peers through my leadership. As a chapter officer for the FFA, there are many responsibilities that must be handled. Several of these are very crucial to a successful chapter, and I plan to greatly emphasize carrying these out. These crucial points are representation, encouragement, communication, and responsibility. If elected, I will carry these out every time I see an opportunity arise. Representation would be very important to me for the best interests of my chapter and fellow members involved in it. An officer of the FFA should have the opinions of his or her companions constantly in mind. Many students have their best interests in mind only and misrepresent the organization or group. I will strive to lead, not rule if elected, and I will perform actions in the best interest of the Canton FFA chapter, not the best interest of me. Encouragement is what drives involvement or participation in everything and is very important to a successful FFA chapter. Too many students come to me in the hallways of school and ask me, why am I involved in agriculture-related events and competitions? I always explain what I do in these events and the passion that I hold for these activities. Many students have the capability to achieve great things in ag-related subjects, but are never informed on what they're missing out on. As a chapter officer, I will continue striving to encourage my peers to become involved in the FFA. Communication is required to carry out everything a chapter officer does, so they must have good speaking skills and comfortable talking to people, whether it be one person or 100 people. Nothing would get done in a chapter without the chapter officer team's communication with each other and the people that they represent. I will always try to hear everyone out and also give my opinion in order to come to agreements for the best of our FFA chapter. I am a very comfortable speaker, and I am very capable of representing the ideas of my fellow members of the FFA. Chapter officers have tons of responsibilities, none of which should be taken lightly. Officers are responsible for making decisions that would positively affect the chapter the most. If elected chapter officer, I would perform each of these responsibilities carefully and thoughtfully to make an impact on the chapter I represent. I strive to achieve the goal of chapter officer for the betterment of the chapter and all that are involved in it, not the best interest of myself. I intend to display all the very important qualities of a leader in my organization and to over-exaggerate carrying out my responsibilities and duties as an officer. And most importantly, follow the idea of lead, don't rule, to reflect the opinions of those I represent in order to come to the best decisions for the Canton FFA chapter.